Hey everybody, it's George with GLG Homes. So, just wrapping up some appointments for the day and thought I would put something out there that's been on my mind all day long. You may have noticed that I posted earlier about median home prices. And right now what we're seeing, median price values on single family homes throughout Connecticut, so that median price has skyrocketed. It's out of control. So if you're even remotely thinking about selling your house, man, now is the time to do it. The market is in your favor now, and that's the point of this video. The market's in your favor now. There's a lot of speculation. A lot of economists are talking right now about the anticipated retraction because, in particular, in Connecticut, Connecticut's the 10th highest state for basically a pent-up demand, negative pent-up demand of foreclosures. So the number of banks that are looking at mortgages that have gone into forbearance and everything that goes with the lead-up factors to foreclosure, realize that most banks will give 90 days before they will issue public notice that a homeowner's in default of any kind. And if that homeowner's had a good history with them and they know what's going on, they'll probably give it a little bit more time. But what they won't do is say, don't worry about it. So what you're going to see is all the banks that are sitting there waiting for these mortgages to be paid upon that have not been paid upon because people have lost their jobs and are in ridiculously bad situations, those banks are going to start looking at how to collect that money. And believe me, they're going to figure out a way to collect that money, whether it's deferred payments, whether they back it into the following year, whether it's just spread out over the life of what's left of the life of the loan. There's a lot of different ways that they can do it. But because you're coming into this market where it's been so hot, so good for sellers, and home values have just continued to go up, that pent-up negative demand or negative inventory, if you will, of pre-foreclosure homes that may or may not get reconciled. Not all of them will go to foreclosure. Those houses are going to then come on the market as foreclosure properties. And by default, they're set at a price point that is a percentage lower than market value because they're foreclosed homes. And at that point in time, you're going to see what's going to be a shift in the market from a seller focus to a buyer focus. And home values will go on the opposite. So while we've been experiencing awesome home sales, prices going up and up and up, and 12% year-over-year improvement on last year at this time in home value, median price value, is awesome. But realize that it will retract, it will turn around, and you're going to see a shift and a decline in home values, which, again, is going to be caused largely by the number of houses that are about to come on market. Probably in the next 4-6 months, you'll start seeing it, but it'll be spring of next year when it really hits because the amount of time it takes to get through foreclosure process. And Connecticut is a strict foreclosure judgment state. Once all that happens and that inventory starts hitting, home values start sliding down because now you have too much inventory in the market and they're automatically priced below. So if you've been thinking about selling your house, now's the time to do it. It's still a strong market. Prices are in your favor as a seller. If you're in the situation where you've been unable to make the mortgage payments and you're staring at the possibility of foreclosure, you have options. And we, of course, we can help with that. Whether that's looking at your house as a potential listing before it goes into foreclosure, which alleviates the risk of hitting your credit, whether that's buying the house away, so that you don't have to worry about it. You get cash for the house and you're out the door. There are different ways to sell the house. There are different options to it, and we, of course, can help you with all those options, or even just explaining to you how to look at those options, whether you work with us or anybody else. Happy to do that. But if you've been thinking about selling your house, or you're feeling the need to probably do that, work with a local realtor. Call us if you want to. We'd be happy to give you a hand, but think about putting your house on the market because this is the time. But if you're falling into that category where you might be at risk of foreclosure, need to start looking at your options, give me a call. I will explain to you all of the different scenarios, how they can help you or hurt you, what you can do to avoid a credit hit, or at least reduce the risk of a credit hit, or the total impact of credit hit, because it can happen. give me a call. We'll explain it all to you. We're going to show you exactly how the options work and what you can do to basically avoid that nightmare scenario. So thanks, everybody. Again, it's George with GLG Homes, and hope you're all well. Take care. Talk to you soon.